Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. We are on block number 3 of our Sew Quilty Sew and Stitch Along. So I've said this in every video so far, but if you missed our initial kickoff video and you don't know what's happening right now, go back and check that video out. I have also a blog post I will link below this video with all of our sew along, stitch along information. It has dates, supplies, and hopefully answers all of your questions. Today we are on block number 3, and so let's go ahead and just dive right in. This block is one of my favorites. This is our little sewing machine block. Of course, I had to make my sewing machine pink. I love it so much. We've got a cute little spool up here on top, and then we're working on a little quilt there on the bottom. Now this one does have, again, like the other blocks, some small pieces. Hopefully if you watch the previous videos, you've either starched or used some Mary Ellen's Best Press. That'll really help keep your blocks nice and accurate. And then of course your 1/4 inch seam is going to be really important here. I don't know if I mentioned this in the first video, but for all these blocks you are going to be wanting to sew with just a scant 1/4 inch seam. I have a video on that in my How to Quilt e-course on how to really improve your 1/4 inch seam. So if you haven't taken that e-course and you're a beginner quilter, definitely check that out. But that is going to be important for just all of these pieces lining up. Now I am going to show you something on the back here, which I'm not going to fix because it looks okay on the front, but you can see my seam got a little twisty right here when I was sewing. I sewed this seam this way and this seam this way, so there's like this kind of twist right here in my seam. I will sometimes pick that out if it's like showing a lot on the front. I don't think it looks too bad on the front of this, so by the time it gets sewn in and quilted, I don't think you'll even notice. So I'm actually not going to pick that out and fix it. But if when you're pressing you can really see like a bump here in this seam, that would be why. You'd want to just pick that out and just make sure that those seams are both getting sewn in the same direction, and then that'll help your block lay a lot more flat. And of course I trimmed this block up to 12.5 by 12.5, so we're ready to go. Up here also, we've got some little pieces here, and if you want those to look nice and straight and accurate, you're just going to want to be accurate with your cutting and your sewing. So this is it for our little sewing machine quilt block. Let's take a look at the Stitchy. So here is our Stitchy sewing machine. This one is super cute. Now, like I mentioned, I think in the first video, you can of course use any colors that you like. So if you don't like the ones I've chosen, please feel free to make this project your own and use your own fabric choices and your own Stitchy. And they don't have to match if you're doing both or one or the other. It doesn't really matter. My only tip would be that we have 12 different blocks. I use similar colors throughout the whole quilt and the Stitchy piece. And so I just tried to spread them out a little. So if I have a pink sewing machine here, I don't want another all pink block next to it and another all pink block below it. So that'd be really my only tip for you on that, is just to make sure you're kind of spreading your colors out so that they're not all clumped together in one color. And I think that's it for this week's block, the sewing machine block. I had a lot of fun with this. This would be a really cute one to just make as an individual quilt block and then just finish just that one block and put it up in your sewing room as a little decoration. You've probably also seen my Just Keep Sewing quilt block. That one is a lot larger sewing machine. It's really cute, and I do have that up on my wall as well. So I'm not going to be doing this little sewing machine, but I think this would be a really cute one to just add to like a minis wall if you have one in your room. So that's going to be it for today's video, the sewing machine. Go ahead and work on that sewing machine block or Stitchy piece this week. And then I will be back here next week and we'll be working on block number 4. If you have any questions or comments, please make sure to leave those below. And like I said, make sure you're posting all of your progress in our Sew With Me Facebook group. I'd love to see your progress. And also I will be picking winners to send some fun little prizes to throughout our sew along. So thanks for joining me for today's video. I hope you are enjoying the sew along / stitch along, having a lot of fun, and maybe even learning something new. Thanks for joining me today, and I will see you next week for block number 4.